Right. Hello. Happy witching hour. So I wanted to come and give a little bit of commentary on like just people and some stuff that I had heard in the news that was kind of disturbing about a, somebody that was supposed to be an astrologist that recently in the California area basically offed her baby daddy or her husband and then drove on the highway and threw her 9-month-old baby out of the window or out of the car, pushed her 9-month-old and her, no, 8-month-old and then her 9-year-old kid out of the car and then drove herself into like a tree and offed herself. I wanted to talk about this real quick. And they say that they feel that her reason for doing it is because of the solar eclipse, and she apparently became homicidal and suicidal due to the solar eclipse supposedly being the end of the world. Extra ultra disturbing. And I think it's got something to do with social media. I think it's got something to do with people in social media spreading fear. I really do. I think it's all about the misinformation that is in the spiritual community, which when I looked at a few things, all of the hype, I saw a lot of Christian hype, number one. But I did see people who are squatting, quite a few, in the spiritual community that were pretty much saying stuff like that, pretty much spreading fear. Some people, and as embarrassing as this sounds, some people really let social media affect their psyche. I've seen it. I'm actually dealing with it. I'm experiencing it. People controlled by various people, various people in social media are literally changing their perception of everything, of their reality. It's extremely scary, if you ask me. It is. Because, I mean, people should already know that when you hear negative information, you need to take it with a grain of salt already. You have to take it with a grain of salt or either not take it at all. Now, people like me, they blacklist. They allow for my channel to be blacklisted and all of that stuff. But people that are out here spreading fear and misinformation, people just people just love those people. Now, I did see on several Christian channels predictions of the end of the world. I knew it wasn't going to be the end of the world. I knew it. Most of us witches and psychics knew that it was not going to be the end of the world. Obviously, it's a solar eclipse. Okay. Even if there was going to be some return of Christ, it would not be in the form of a solar eclipse. Duh. Because it says in the Bible that you won't know the day and you won't know the hour. Oh, God. I just, and I'm sorry, guys, but people are losing their minds. I have been watching people literally lose their minds in social media. I don't get it. I'm proud to say that I've gotten smarter and wiser and richer. Not richer like that, but y'all know what I mean. Like, how do you do that? How do you just, and they keep calling her an astrologer. Well, maybe she was into astrology, but I think her name was Mystic X or something like that. And I don't think she was on YouTube because I looked for her YouTube channel and I didn't see it. Uh Maybe she was studying astrology, but she was obviously very mentally ill, obviously not informed, had no connection whatsoever to the cosmos. And so, of course, what's crazy about it is that after Christians have viral videos up telling the world that it's the end of the world, Christians come back and say, well, she shouldn't have been messing with that astrology. I just, guys, I have seen and experienced things this week that are just absolutely friggin' insane. Uh Corruption. I literally just watched somebody pull a corrupt act just the other day. Just like, I was like, are you serious? People are losing it. People are literally losing their minds. And they're doing things totally unorthodox and then also doing things. Have you noticed people breaking the law, committing white collar crimes that you can prove that they broke the law? I mean, it's kind of like you're not even trying to hide it. Anyway, rest in peace to the young lady. I believe that the 8-month-old baby sadly passed away. Her 9-year-old daughter lived though. I just, it's unfreaking believable. We have been having solar eclipses. I remember at least at least a few of them in my lifetime. How are people equating it to the end of the world? And then they were saying that it could have been like some kind of postpartum psychosis because she had an 8-month-old baby. Mm, I don't really believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie. I don't believe in that. I believe that there was possession at play. I haven't read it. I might, but I do believe that there was some kind of spiritual possession at play. As a witch and a necromancer, of course, I do a lot of work with astrology. In fact, I do a lot of planetary alchemy work, but I always stick to understanding spirits. I'm not just going to go and say, oh, I connected to the universe, so spirits don't exist anymore. You know, the regular necromancy work that I do that can involve possession, and cleansing people. Those are the things that we stick with, and so I think that, like, people, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's a very scary thing because people are being told to not listen to witches. People are being told not to listen to the high priestesses, the witches that can actually either cleanse you, teach you how to cleanse yourself. The world is being told to not listen to us, while Christians predict the end of the world and then try to blame it on, hey, Roselle, I'm glad you found me. Yeah, they didn't falsely flag it because, the post that I put up probably could have been mistaken. But yeah. Good morning. Would you believe I just woke up and right before you went live about this story, I was just reading about this woman you were speaking of. People have been losing it. Yes. Yes. It's the most ridiculous thing ever to become so unhinged where you think that a solar eclipse is going to be the end of the world. It's just such a disconnection from reality. It's ridiculous. Oh, cool. That's what's up. It's such a disconnection from reality. And a lot of people are disconnected from reality. It's crazy, you know? And people do things like that on purpose. People enjoy scaring people. People enjoy shocking people. If you notice that, it's insane. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why so many people, and you can just tell that there are other people that are literally in a psychosis of fear. Okay? They're in a psychosis of fear. The people that are attacking me are in a psychosis of fear. They're scared. What leads to fear? Ignorance. And I just don't understand why people just won't listen. It just doesn't make any sense. But, we have a lot of people in this world who have absolutely no idea about spirit, you know, and I'm not going to guess what was wrong with her. Sometimes I will guess things. I'm not going to guess it because I'm not reading it at all. Okay. At the moment. So, I, like a normal person, there are times when I just kind of, what do you call that when you just, kind of like a normal person, like I'm not always in reading mode where everything that I say has to be 1000% accurate. Sometimes I make assumptions, so I'm not actually doing a reading at the moment. And then readings can also be wrong. I have been wrong, where I am sticking my nose where it doesn't need to be, especially when, reading, certain aspects of the world, because a lot of stuff is purposely being hidden for a reason. Okay. But, my assumption is that She was fearful because of the fear factors in social media. Like, she had been posting on her Twitter that, something big is coming, and and oh my god, and and she was just very frantic, and literally nothing happened except for blessings is what happened that day. They do. They love spreading fears. Right. The minor earthquakes in New York and New Jersey last week, people need to understand we live on Earth and the Earth is alive. It's going to be changes. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that the Earth is disturbed though sometimes. I really believe that the reason why she's so uh turbulent is because of a lot of the people. I think that she's also reacting to the people and them energetically, because people do not understand. They just that it's so much energy in so many people. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I think it was a few years ago, there was a tornado in New York. I was they New York constantly has horrible weather. I saw a hate video about Sylvia Brown, who has been dead over a decade, and people still hating on her for making mistakes in her readings, which she admitted to. I think I saw that video too. I just didn't look at it because I'm sick of it too. I am like for them to dig her out of the of her grave to insult her. It is totally ridiculous. And, I think that it has a lot to do with hatred. I'm sure that Sylvia Brown told more truths than made mistakes. I'm sure that she, and I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. Surely a psychic is not going to be 100% correct all the time, because things can change. Things can always change. You can't always accurately even predict a future outcome. You can't. In fact, that's not even what psychic readings are about. As a witch, when people come to me and they consult with me, right? And they'll say, "This is going on right now," and we'll confirm it in the cards. Like, I'll say, "Well, I can see this, I can see this," and they're like, "Yes, yes." What I see in the future is this: once you predict the future to anybody, depending on how severe it is, a person is going to, in their mind, automatically start changing that future to something better if they know. Like it's so sometimes spiritual work is needed depending on what's going on. But if a person knows that something that's happening currently and something that has happened in the past is going to lead to something bad in the future, a person is already in their mind preventing that. Because when you're doing readings, you're actually reading a person's subconscious. Everything is coming from the subconscious, everything. So when you tell somebody, when you say, "Hey, I saw this and this is happening currently, and you can see in the future that it's going to lead to this." That's shadow work, essentially. Number one, because you're making a person aware. Hey, your actions, somebody else's effects, this particular thing possibly could create this. It's not always necessary to do spiritual work, but sometimes it is. It depends on the situation. Yeah. Well, thank you. It is very subconscious. And so Right now we have Mercury, which is in retrograde, which is making things a lot more intense. And everybody knows what happens when Mercury goes into retrograde. I personally, when Mercury goes into retrograde these days, I use it for my benefit. Especially when it comes to going back and changing things or either righting wrongs. It's very mysterious like that. I love Mercury in retrograde. But unfortunately, what ends up happening sometimes is that you can randomly, especially if this is not your first incarnation, because past lives and reincarnation is very, very real. During Mercury retrograde, we start experiencing past life regressions. So, and I've been warning people and telling people about that. For some reason, this Mercury retrograde must be intensified a lot because of the eclipse. Or maybe Mercury is just like saying, hey, are you paying attention? I feel that Mercury is very useful because a lot of times, even with past life regressions don't always have to do with spirits stalking you or coming through to you. It could be happening on a subconscious level, especially with all of the weirdness surrounding women and men acting like we're back during the times where women didn't have rights. Like, it's like, hun, it's 2024. Why are you acting as if I am either your slave or either I am the unfortunate, oppressed wife that should be in the kitchen, just mistreating women, demeaning women. So that right there, that part right there, you know what I mean? I don't, you know what? I think I might have been a little too busy to look at it. I'll go back and grab it and take a look at it. I was kind of taken aback by Roseanne when she had that preacher on there. I can't even remember his name. I can't stand that dude. I can't. Jesse Lee Peterson. Oh God. I just like, oh my God. He looks like about a thousand year old man. He looks like a thousand year old man. Okay. He does. Like I just, oh my God, exactly. I cannot stand, like, I just be looking at, like, he's another one that spreads misinformation. And people be like, oh, I love him. Uh why? Because he's cooning and shucking and jiving and spreading misinformation and hate to the black community. Oh my God. I wish he didn't exist. Roseanne has lost her mind. I'm going to say it right here that Roseanne has lost her mind officially. She must be getting ahead in years. And did you by any chance read any comments? Oh, she's gone. Oh, it must be getting ready. She must be getting ready to go down. I wonder if people was checking her in the comments. She must be getting ready. Something getting ready to happen to her because toxic masculinity is already here, and toxic masculinity is the reason why we have a full-fledged war going on where they are blowing up children. Is she for real? Oh, really? See, I don't be watching these folks like that. I just, oh my God. Yeah, she's lost it. She's losing her mind. Mm, wow. Don't she have daughters? And she wants toxic masculinity to come back? Well, I mean, it's already here and it's absolutely disgusting. She gonna end up getting, you know, yeah. I think that she must be losing it. Okay. Cause it's here. Toxic masculinity is here. And it is toxic as ever. Right. I mean, it is ridiculous. And like, oh my God. Mm. A lot of these women in social media have lost their mind. You see a lot of them encouraging the abuse of women. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. People that are like that are crazy. They are very mentally ill. It is something wrong with those people. And I think I'm just gonna tell you straight up and down what I believe. I believe it's because Roseanne done got old and she done got upset and she don't like women. Apparently. Toxic masculinity to come back unchecked. That is, she done lost her mind. Anyway, I just can't believe like how stupid and crazy people are. It's like they sleep. It's like it's And to those of us, I don't want to say woke because that word is, I don't like, because the conscious community uses that word a lot. And I just, no, because I've heard crazy people that are very crazy use that word. But I think that they're just not aware. There's a lot of people that are just not there and then possibly even possessed. And I believe that what we're looking at is the Roseanne and people that talk like that, people that are doing some of the stuff that they're doing, as we've been witnessing. This is welcome to the zombie apocalypse. Welcome. And it's not eating flesh. It's not eating human flesh. It's not going to be in that form. It's going to be a crazy human being that literally has lost their marbles because they're under possession. It is absolutely ridiculous. The world has went crazy. All that stuff that's going on over there in Haiti, the people are nuts. I had to literally tell a doctor how to do her job a few days ago. It's like, have you lost your mind? Like, you can't even get quality health care because people have went bonkers. Literally have went bonkers. Oh, goodness gracious. And especially these people that are in positions of power that are abusing their power. Judges, attorneys, things of that nature. Well, she don't look too far off from a ape. I don't understand that because Like, she don't look that good. I'm sorry. She's calling somebody an ape, and literally, Roseanne has been morbidly obese her whole life. Like, that's all. Like, is she forgetting? Like, wow, she's really, yeah, she's lost her mind. I remember when that happened too, and then she came back in social media. She kind of got blacklisted from Hollywood because of that. But I mean, look at Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people like Roseanne, people, very famous people, I don't like worship them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not God. And people like to treat them like they're God and they're not. It's a lot of possessed people walking around here, Roselle. A lot of them. Full fledged psychosis. That's what a psychosis is that's the medical term for possession, you know? Drug addiction, possession. No, they ain't God. And people just be holding on to everything that they say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I believe it because so and so said it. Now, what if your life depended on you not believing that? People are like, I'm sorry, but most of the population are just complete idiots. I'm sorry. I hate to speak that way, but most of this world has been dumbed down a lot. And I don't see how she can say that when you look on YouTube, there are women from other countries, women from India, women from all over who are sharing their experiences, and she's lost her mind. Like, honey, uh I don't know what world she lives in. Maybe she's living under a rock. Maybe because she has money, she doesn't actually know what's going on in the world or something. But hun, the world is already bad enough. We don't need more of it. But, she could possibly be on her way out. You know what I'm saying, Roselle? She possibly could be, because when people start acting strange like that, like she could possibly be on her way out. Because she's got to be at least 70 now. I don't really know how old she is. Let me go check real quick. I'm gonna go check real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, Nuff said she's 71. So that would be about an age where a person would probably start to exhibit signs of Alzheimer's or like dementia. Yeah, yeah. And she's a Scorpio, just FYI. The conversation was about Alfred Kinsey in that video with Roseanne and her son, and they claimed they are trying to save children, and then they veered off into that toxic masculinity stuff. Oh God. And we all know that toxic masculinity has a direct connection with child abuse. Sure. She about to get canceled. She's 71 though. So, she could be very well losing her mind is the problem. And you know what? I didn't have an opinion either way. I'm not the type of person, I'm not the type of black person that immediately reacts to when a white person acts racist. I'm not. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't make me feel indifferent. It just is like, well, whatever. Is she the one ignorant as hell? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really give people what they want, which is a big reaction. I ain't about to do it. I ain't about to do it. So she was looking for attention. But um but I believe that, yeah, I believe that she's just kind of getting on and losing her mind is what I think is going on. I think she's lost it. Okay. And I also think that she might be getting ready to take that journey, is what I think is possibly getting ready to happen, because people usually do start acting crazy. Like, I had an aunt that died of a brainstem stroke, and right before she fell ill and got sick, my auntie was like not acting herself. She was like really, like, she became violent right before, and then that's when she had her stroke, you know. But yeah, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt too, but I just, and I think that the entire world is experiencing a past life regression personally, because how, and I've noticed that during Mercury retrogrades and stuff, I've noticed that racism kind of kicks in a little bit. And racism ain't nothing but a curse and a poison in our society. It is an embarrassment. I can understand if you have a black man or a black woman that the content of their character may not be the best, and you have to admonish that person. But racism is pure dumb. It's called the curse of stupidity. That's the dumbest thing ever. Whoever invented racism, they need to be labeled as the dumbest person that ever existed. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. And it's an embarrassment. And but again, the subconscious is controlling a lot of these people. They don't have control over their subconscious. And I know this because I'm an expert, because I'm a Cancer. I am a Cancer. Cancers rule over the subconscious. We do. We have a direct connection to the subconscious, being that we're moon children. So I know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of people running around here. They give these knee jerk reactions, you know, uh, and it's very bizarre. It is, it's very bizarre. It is dumb, and it's not always someone calling you the N word. And sometimes racists will tell you what they want you to hear. Yep. Like we have seen with some people. Exactly. Exactly. It's about their actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person that is racist does not have to call me the N word to let me know that they are a racist. You know what I'm saying? It's their actions. It's the way they're regarding me. It's the energy that you're picking up from that person, and it's just so ignorant. It's just people, this society should be embarrassed by its history of slavery and all of that stuff. Instead, people are trying to romanticize it and embrace it. And I personally, as a black person, when people start talking about it, like, I don't watch videos about it, and people start talking about it, and it's like, do you not realize that there's black people here? You realize that I do have the right to live my lifetime without having to have you talk about the good old days or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you not understand that maybe perhaps this is not a subject that I want to talk about? Maybe I'd like for that not to be in my consciousness at all. Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely, Roselle. Oh God, yeah. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. But yes, you are 1,000% on point about that. She's definitely racist. Definitely. Literally went on a Jamila hunt. Absolutely. And, she got black men helping her, which is disgusting within itself. And our ancestors don't like that. Our ancestors are not jiving with that at all, and that and Christianity is not going to protect these black males for being very disgusting towards black people. They have no protection whatsoever. These black men running around here ushering in this racism, attacking, acting crazier than a little bit. You don't have no protection whatsoever, none. You're a tool. You're being used. Something is going to surely happen to you. I don't get why they don't understand that. I don't get it. I personally don't think that no black man should be Christian. Are you stupid? Like, that's the dumbest thing ever. I don't think white people should be Christian, but especially black people, because it says in the Bible that black people are cursed in the Bible. Like, what are you crazy? The whole thing is cursed. And you see they done lost credibility. They wanted the world to end just to prove that they were right, is what they wanted to do. Oh, I just want to prove that I'm right about what I'm saying. Well, you're not right. You're a freaking idiot. Go somewhere and sit down and be humble. Goodness gracious. It's just really irritating me for real. It really is, because these people, they just get dumber and dumber. I swear to God, you know what I'm saying? And so when they look at people like me, who, my God, I am a necromancer and I'm very satanic and on the left hand path, and they wonder why we are the way that we are. It's like, well, honey, you need to obey. I don't need to obey anybody. I have good sense. People that are intelligent don't need to follow nobody. People that are dumb like that, they need to be child, they need to I can't even say. I can't even say what those people need, but those people need something. Because, for me, I have a zero tolerance when it comes to racism on both sides of the coins. I do not react to racism with racism. I don't do it because I'm not going to be in that energy, man. You're not going to involve me with that. Like, take your curses and go on down the road with yourself. This is the reason why, if I notice that a Caucasian person is racist, I do not respond by calling them a cracker. I'm not going to do it. For what? For what? So that I can be in that energy too? No, I don't like that energy. That's the energy of hate and death on both sides. On both sides. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Christianity, nobody talking Christian stuff should be respected at this point. At this point. Okay. I think that the Christian God simply wanted to appropriate this planet, and it ain't gonna happen. I think that if this world were left with people who were actually worshiping the earth god, who is Cernono, Satan, uh, Mother Earth, Gaia. Okay, there's many gods that govern. Earth has more gods than we even know about. We would be better off. And whoever that God is of Christianity has been promising to come and take his people. Well, I think that God has already came and taken his people a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, I have. You know what's crazy, Roselle, is that I ran into one of her newer videos. What would you want to say about her? Oh God, I can't stand that. When you see a black person, oh Lord Jesus. Jesus is not listening to you, honey. Like, I can't with it. You know, Jesus don't have to service you. He doesn't. He doesn't have to listen to you or care about you. I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. And they lose faith. They're losing faith and they feel some type of way because the world won't end. Like, you need to go and get some St. John's wort or something because you must be depressed. That is crazy. Oh my God. Are you serious, Roselle? Oh God. It is totally ridiculous. I can tell you that much. I didn't know she was homeless. Yeah. And it seems that Christian people have an obsession with trying to, like, they have this obsession with homelessness. My God is going to keep a roof over my head. My father is going to keep a roof over my head. And I'm not talking about the Christian God. I'm talking about my father, Satan, and my mother, Lilith. Right, exactly. I know you're not making fun of her. I know. And I noticed that she got real big though, too. Like she got real big. Mm-mm-mm. But no, I know Roselle. Yeah. Anyway, I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. And I think that people need to sit down, like those CERN machines. So I wanted to kind of talk about CERN and I'm gonna get out of here because it's late and I'm gonna go back to sleep. I wanted to talk about the CERN machines. CERN is not okay. CERN is satanic. Yeah, they are, but they are satanic in a good way because what CERN is doing is CERN is directly communicating with the universe. The problem is that they are bringing in a lot of dark matter, a lot of mysterious energy, mystical energy, and they're doing it with machines, right? People people are being affected, but it's people that are desperately in need of enlightenment that are mainly being negatively affected by CERN. So all they say is that, oh, it's demonic, it's the devil, oh, 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 and then they go crazy. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Blood sugar at 1,000. She must be waiting to die or something. Goodness gracious. Mm-mm-mm. Um, So CERN is like a satanic thing, but satanic is good. Like These people better figure it out. But a lot of them will be like, well, I just want to go home to my father. Uh who who is that again? Because didn't your daddy say that he was only taking what was it? What was that low number? 175,000. Uh, this is like so crazy. Yeah, 144,000. I said, well, shit. I was trying to help him out. These people are delusional. They are. They're delusional. They're very delusional, and they're suffering. You know, people like us that are, and they be like, ha ha. I'm gonna say something mean to you and think, well, I'm intelligent, you dimwit. I don't care about what you're saying. You obviously, the fact that you're attacking me means that you're crazy. It means that you're miserable. These people are literally walking around here in misery because they are so disconnected from any kind of truth or reality. Right, exactly. Religion disconnects them from spiritual from their spiritual self. That's why whenever you noticed, Roselle, that whenever we are dealing with a Christian folk, especially the ones that are on the attack, not all of them, but notice how they always put a bunch of emphasis on your head. Like I had a Christian on his channel the other day. He kept showing my head and my scalp. Why are you showing my head and my scalp? So I did a crown chakra clearing because your crown connects you to the universe. They're trying to like they're literally trying to cover you up and isolate you and disconnect you. And I'm sitting up here. I said, why is he showing my scalp and my head? Well, you better believe I was doing work that day. And the work I took all of 15 minutes and I moved on with my life. Okay. That's just, it just is what it is. Sadly, a lot of people that you care about are going to go nuts like that. And he's one of them. He was the person that I used to care about. And because of his inability to wake up from his psychosis in religion, he's going to be somebody that I'm going to watch go downhill because he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to listen. He's not going to listen. He's going to continue to follow and chase after that false love that don't exist. It's sad. And as long as it ain't one of my children, I'm good. Because you're not my child. You a grown man. You got to get yourself together. But see, then when it comes to a lot of men, when they do turn to the left hand path, some of them will use it to try to do harm. And that just hurts them even more. It does. It hurts them even more because you're not going to go to these very intelligent daemons and come in because they get to lie to that God all the time. I've watched them lie to that God. They lie to their own gods. I've watched them do it. You can't go to, let's say, Santa Martha. You can't go to Lilith. You can't go to Hecate. You can't go to Fornius. You can't go to Lucifer and lie. You have to have the ability to be honest, or else they might just attack you. So it's probably best for him to stay over there because you know what I'm saying? Because he's a natural born liar. Not a natural born liar, has been taught to be very deceptive, has been taught to be very dishonest, even with himself, to be in denial. Religion ain't nothing but denial. How is Satan the adversary when he's God of this planet? How? Satan is God of this planet. He's God of many planets: Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. To be truthful with you, he's owner of this whole goddamn reality in the universe. Yeah, they don't need to. Mm-mm. Don't you dare go to Satan lying on me too, because he knows me and he knows that I am very pure of heart and that I love people and I love this planet. I love the people of this planet. Because he'll sit there and tell you you're lying. I know her. I raised her. I've been with her through many of her incarnations. And now I'm going to have to blast you. In fact, the underworld loves good people, cherishes honest people, cherishes us, protects us, because everybody that claims that they good is actual wolves in sheep's clothing. Right. Satanism is about Hollywood, right? And sex parties, and it's not. It's ridiculous. It really is the most ridiculous thing ever. And so I'm not even gonna lie to you. When the stuff started going down, when this person went deeper into their psychosis, he came to me and he said, cut the cord, cut all the cords. We not fooling with that person no more. We not trying to help that person no more. We not doing nothing. We done. And when that cord gets cut, they feel it. Exactly. That perversion in Hollywood is actually Christianity. You are absolutely right. It's all backwards. So it's so bizarre. And I heard that people can't even find solace in them churches. And I was looking at a video. The cult of Jehovah's Witnessing has lost so many followers. That church was so empty. That Kingdom Hall was so empty because I don't know which one is worse. So I just, and I deserve it. I deserve it. I was saying I would love to just take my family and just go somewhere. It's just really bizarre. I don't have to though. I'll be okay. But the other day, yesterday, they were psychically attacking me, and I could feel that. Like I was being psychically attacked, and I could tell. And I cut it off mid attack, because not only are they practicing Christianity, but they are also utilizing meditation practices and stuff. And so their minds or their subconscious, that's actually the subconscious mainly affects the person themselves, but they are using their I believe it's their conscious mind. I could sense a bunch of people psychically attacking me yesterday. And I probably put them all to sleep. They all went to sleep. Here you go. Let me give you a little bit of medicine. They need our help, but they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to admit to needing help. because they said Jesus was going to do everything for them. But the last time I checked, it said that God helps those that helps themselves. They don't have a true understanding of manifestation or how to use crystals. It's been so much misinformation, lack of information, because everybody's trying to grandstand instead of educating the people of this land. And Roselle, I'm not Jesus. I ain't about to do it. And that's what my father told me. He said, "No, you ain't. You definitely ain't Jesus. We're gonna make sure you, because they always looking for a sacrifice. They are obsessed with sacrifice. They are obsessed with it. But I thought Jesus already sacrificed himself. But they going around looking for a new Jesus all the time. They're constantly, you got to sacrifice this person to get a house. You got to say, you ain't got to sacrifice. Nobody, oh my God. It's so, they literally, and so what they end up is they end up in a cycle of fear and ignorance. And they always think in their minds, this is what they're thinking. I have to, if this person wins, I'm losing. So somebody has to lose for me to win. When in reality, that's just codependency. That makes no sense. Go look at yourself. Why are you so worried about what other people are doing? It's a constant tailspin, a freaking gerbil wheel of stupidity, in my opinion. And that is not evolution. Those people that are contributing to de-evolution, they're actually contributing to de-evolution. And a lot of them get that way, because I'm gonna tell the truth. I got some kind of weird psychic attack years ago, and I wasn't prepared for it like I am now. It ain't gonna never happen again. But I was being psychically attacked again. It was like a group attack or some crap that they do because they love to run in groups. And I had to call an ambulance. I was like, oh my God. And my father had sent some people over here. I could tell that they came from my father. And, they was like, well, your blood pressure's up a little bit, but you all right. They was like, you going to be all right. Now, any other person would have said, they don't care about me because I'm black and I'm going to die. And I'm about to die. And I sat here and I drank me a cup of valerian root tea, laid down, and I was fine. And I was just fine. Because the guy that came here, he was like, well, you look good. I was like, well, thank you. He was like, you. And I was having an anxiety attack, and it was brought upon by bad spiritual energy. And and I was like, am I dying? He was like, no, you're not dying. He said if you were dying, you would know it. He was like, you'd be asking me to take you to the take you to the hospital. You're fine. And so and with that, I was able to heal myself. I started to instantly heal myself. You know what I'm saying? But it was really bad. It was a really bad panic attack that I was having. And so that part right there, like, it's really a trip. And that ain't gonna happen again ever. That ain't gonna ever happen again. Hmm. They try to get everything from a book. Yep, they do. They do. Chances are, if a book is more than 10 years old, it's possible that the information is outdated, or either possibly the reality has shifted, or either it needs to be updated. Okay. But some books definitely the information, like I was reading some stuff about medieval necromancy. Now that information is always going to be valuable. You know what I'm saying? But if a book it's interesting, you can take bits and pieces of it. I think that the evolution of witchcraft and spirituality and the occult is that of which using your intuition to take that information. If you are given the information, I get my information from source. Like those spirit traps that I do, Santa Martha gave me that ritual from her mouth. Literally, I was sitting there one day and Santa Martha came and told me what to do. She said, "This is what you do." You know what I'm saying? So, but it's and that is considered to be chaos, is when you are taking one thing because your intuition is saying, okay, this is going to work and this is going to work and that's going to work. You know what I'm saying? And you're following your intuition. Hey, Elegant Roses. I can go twice as I take a look. It's in a book, A Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know, and ways to grow a reading rainbow. You silly, Elegant Roses. Exactly, Roselle. Exactly. Exactly. Why can't I click on your comment? That's exactly where I get it from. And that's where I've been getting it from. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with books. I am not saying that at all. But I think that you know, when I started practicing the craft, it was mainly because of survival. It's okay. Elegant Roses, you don't have to apologize, sweetie. Yeah, that was actually very refreshing. We needed to hear about the butterflies and the skies and the rainbows. That's actually a pleasant thought. Thank you. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing wrong with them, but I think that the problem is that people. It's a thing. It's one thing to read about something or either to be taught about something, but when it comes to spirit, you have to actually connect. You have to actually connect, and that's where the disconnect comes in. You know what I'm saying? And so wisdom and knowledge is one thing, but are you actually connecting? Are you actually really connecting to your higher self also? Because there's a lot of people that I know for a fact that they used to be able to do that. I binded a bunch of people, a bunch. I didn't bind them. They got binded. A lot of people got binded real bad. Like I'm talking about really, really, really binded from doing harm to others with their knowledge and with their abilities to do things to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I started for survival and protection. And it's kind of like more of an organic thing because you have the issue and then now you have to have the solution. And I think that, the main aspect for me is started with protecting children because I had to protect my own children. So I learned techniques of how to protect a long time ago because the Christians were trying to have my child taken from me. My baby that I gave birth to, my baby, and was literally trying to destroy and tear down my family. And that ain't gonna never happen because my root chakra is strong. No, it is not flat. It's round and strong. Hmm. Right. It's kind of like, when you're, in your trance state, a lot of people don't realize that going into a trance state is required a lot of the times for some things that you're doing. Like, and that's just one example. But I go into a trance state with everything that I do. And I was actually out there doing some burns yesterday, and I'm gonna do some more this morning because we like literally, it's a war out there. It is, and people like me, they are literally, they do not like me because I bring healing to the world. They do not like your girl because they don't want nobody healed. They want everybody suffering, and that's why they don't like me. And I don't care because I have Legion backing me up. So I don't have to worry about none of those people. None of them. None of them. I don't have to worry about none of those people. I'm going to still be here. Well, over here in Georgia till I move back to KC Mo. I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still have a roof over my head, and I'm going to heal people. I'm going to help people. And they don't like that about me. So. But anyway, I'm going to go, y'all. They want everybody sick and suffering yep, with their Christianity. Exactly. Yep. But okay, guys, peace and love to you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure that y'all hit that thumbs up and like, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna be over here for the next couple of weeks because I'm not even gonna bother to try to appeal that little silly thing that they did. So, I'll be over here. Girl, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what I meant. You know what? I'll look at it sometime tomorrow. I don't want to get myself riled up tonight because, even if I was going to try to do something about it, I ain't going to do it tonight. Maybe I'll end up, sending Roseanne some love and some light. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of crazy. But, she's possibly just a Hollywood puppet or whatever, saying what they tell her to say. But I did look at her side eye when she had Jesse Lee Peterson, like, and that disappoints me because Roseanne was like she was like the it girl. She was like the leader of the free woman, and what is she doing right now? I don't know. I don't know. But okay, guys, peace and love to you guys. Okay, utopia to y'all. Okay, and I'll see y'all later. Blessings. Bye bye.